Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm just gonna take down my Bantu knots and we're just gonna have like a little faith talk, water walker discussion. I just realized, well, I mean I've already known this, but like God kind of broke it down to me, that when God gives you a promise, there's a route that you have to take to get to that promise. But the Israelites, like God made them a promise that they were gonna go to the promised land, but they had to go through the wilderness, and God took them. He says it in the Bible. I don't know exactly what verse, but I'll put it on the screen. But they had to go in a roundabout way because there was a faster route to get to the promised land, but you know, he's looking at the Israelites like, y'all ain't ready for that. So I'm gonna take you guys in a roundabout way so I can prepare you guys for it. That's kind of what God's been talking to me about, and I just been looking at my own process. I've been wanting to abandon it a lot, and I've been asking God, is there another way? Is there a way out? Can I take a different path? Just looking for any way out. And he's just been talking to me a lot about this is the route you have to take to get to where I told you were gonna go. This is the route, this is the path that I've outlined for you to go down. So you can't abandon it, you have to stay in it, and you have to walk it out. In walking it out, I've realized a lot of things, and I've realized how important this path is. I'm realizing the harvest of this path. I'm realizing a whole new person is coming out of this process. And I think a lot of the times we try to skip the process and we try to go an alternate route. Like I was saying, is there a different route? And I realized the other route that we can go is disobedience. So anything that is, outside of God and that is not sustained by God is going to end in destruction pretty much, because it's not founded by God. But the enemy will give us alternate routes of, hey, do this, which is outside of God's will for us, operating in obedience. And it will lead us down a whole different thing, where now we have to, go back into that path. And, God can work all things together for our good, but it's going to bring about delay, and it's just going to be a whole thing. And that's, what the enemy wants. The only thing that can keep us outside of the promise is ourselves. The enemy can never keep you outside of the promise. But if you allow him to, he will keep you outside of the promise because of you being disobedient and going your own way and thinking, I know more than God. I know what I'm doing, and I'm just going to go this way because it's easier and faster. And the process is what prepares you to be able to carry the weight of where God has taken you. God uses the process to work different things out of us. And I'm recognizing that in my own life. And instead of looking at it well, this is what I want, use this as an opportunity to pray for the things that need to come out of your heart that are not good. Look at the Israelites. If you look at their process of how God brought them into the promised land, God had to work things out of them. A lot of the things that they struggled with could not come into the promised land with them. So as God is working these things out of them, he's working out being idol worshippers, not trusting him, being disobedient, being stiff-necked, rebelling against God. And as God is working these things out of them, he's also working things within them. I say all that to say, the promised land, the wilderness, the process, don't come out of it, because it's so vital to your success in the end, and it's working things out of you, and it's working things into you. So you cannot skip process. And I think the enemy always wants us to skip the process, so we're not in alignment with God, obviously, so we're being disobedient. But so we're not really fully capable of walking out what it takes to walk in the promised land. So we're not walking it out in a full authority and in full dominion that we could have had in God. Because anything that God gives us, he gives us dominion in it, and he gives us authority to operate in it, and the empowerment of the Holy Spirit. But anything outside of God, it's a counterfeit. And counterfeits come with a lot of problems, let's just say that. But stay in position, y'all. Stay walking out the process. Stay going through it. Stay praying to God. Stay bringing God your heart on everything. And keep seeking his face. Keep telling him, like, Lord, I'm struggling with this. How do I come out of this? Stay in process and do not get out of it. Do not allow the enemy to get you out of it, because you need that process. It's going to prepare you for what's next.